Chip Gaines, the lively co-host of Fixer Upper, won over fans all across America with his knack for home renovations and his upbeat, fun-loving personality. Together with his wife, Joanna, he turned rundown houses in Waco into stunning dream homes, making them both household names. But after hitting the peak of their fame, the couple stepped away from the limelight, leaving fans wondering, what's the story with Chip Gaines? Was it health issues, creative disagreements, or maybe a hidden clash between the two? Stick with us as we dig into what really happened with Chip Gaines from Fixer Upper. Chip Gaines's life has been quite the roller coaster, full of highs and lows, and his rise to fame wasn't exactly a smooth ride. But everything he's been through has played a part in shaping the person we know today. Before we get into what happened with Chip Gaines, let's take a look at his early life and career. Born on November 14, 1974 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Chip's journey to success wasn't anything like what you might expect. His childhood didn't really show signs of the fame that was to come. When he was 8, his family moved to Grapevine, Texas, and he went to Grapevine High School. Chip was naturally good at sports, especially baseball, where he played second and third base for the school team. After high school, he spent a year at Northlake College still playing baseball, and his talent on the field started getting noticed. It was during one of his games that he was spotted by Mickey Sullivan, the Baylor Bears baseball coach, which led to a scholarship offer to join the Bears. Chip moved to Baylor for his sophomore year, but just as things were looking up, Coach Sullivan retired and Chip was cut from the team. It was a tough break, but he didn't let it hold him back. He graduated from Baylor in 1998 with a degree in business administration. With sports no longer in the picture, Chip set his sights on something new. He turned his focus to the real estate world, which would be the start of his next big adventure. Chip started his career in real estate by flipping houses while still in his second year at Baylor, a move that would eventually put him on the map. Around this time, he met Joanna, who would not only become his wife but also his partner in all the big projects to come. Together, they set the stage for what would become a game-changing venture. But how did Fixer Upper even come to be? And what ultimately led Chip to step away from the show? Stick with us to discover all the twists and turns in Chip Gaines's amazing journey. Love and business. Joanna once joked that they're not exactly a match made in heaven, but when their personalities clicked, they created something truly special. That spark led to an amazing journey, bringing them a beautiful family and a business empire that's more successful than they ever imagined. Together, they've built up a quarterly journal, a TV network, retail shops, a real estate company, rental properties, a restaurant, and more. Married since 2003, Chip and Joanna often share sweet messages to each other online, showing how much effort they put into balancing their relationship, business ventures, and family life. Joe and I decided early on that our relationship is the most important thing. Chip once said, "If we get it right as a couple, we have a much better shot at being good for our kids." From the beginning, they shared big dreams of building beautiful homes for others and growing their brand. Their love story started with a fateful meeting at Joanna's dad's car shop. Joanna had starred in one of his commercials, marking her first TV appearance. Chip, who frequented the shop, spotted her photo on the wall and instantly felt a connection. Fresh out of college at 23, Joanna had been hired by her dad to help with the shop's marketing and even appeared in a few local ads. Chip kept coming back to the garage with various excuses, just hoping to run into her. Finally, in 2001, his persistence paid off. They met. He complimented her on her commercial work and scored a date. And the rest, as they say, is history. And despite being a whole hour and a half late for their first date, Chip's charm managed to win Joanna over. "I knew I'd marry her just from that picture on the wall," he once said. But there was a little bump in the road. A $50 bet with his roommate John nearly cost him his shot with her. Chip and John had made a deal to see who could go the longest without contacting the girls they'd just met. So Chip didn't call Joanna for months. Funny enough, Joanna wasn't too put off. She'd always liked quieter guys, and Chip was anything but quiet. He constantly talked about the houses he bought, remodeled, and flipped, and Joanna wasn't a fan of his risky approach. When Chip finally did call, they started dating, although it wasn't exactly a fairy tale start. Chip joked that dating Joanna was like dating a cyborg because she took her time opening up. When he eventually told her, "I love you," she coolly responded, "Thank you." He laughed it off, crediting her calm, almost robotic approach to new relationships. But as time went on, Joanna began to appreciate Chip's unique way of seeing the world, always looking at things with a sense of untapped potential. She wrote, "This near stranger brought out a side of me I didn't know existed. My gut told me there was something worth waiting for. From then on, Their lives seemed to fall into sync, and once they reconnected, their love story truly took off. Although they both came from Christian backgrounds, Chip and Joanna decided to move in together a year into dating. Their plans sped up when a small old rental property Chip was fixing up became available. They moved into this 800-square-foot cottage, which was far from glamorous. It was cramped and had a lingering smell, but they didn't let that stop them. With limited funds, they tackled the renovations themselves. Joanna took charge of the design while Chip handled the construction. This was their first real fixer-upper together and a sign of things to come. Realizing they couldn't imagine life without each other, Chip began planning a surprise proposal. Joanna thought they were headed to a concert near Chip's hometown, but instead, they arrived to find both of their families waiting. Chip got down on one knee and a thrilled Joanna said yes. He then took her to a jewelry store owned by his dad's friend, Billy Holder, where she got to design her own engagement ring. I picked out a nice round diamond and a beautiful antique-looking platinum setting. I loved every moment of it, while Chip just sat there patiently taking it all in, Joanna later wrote. The following year, they tied the knot at the historic Earl Harrison house in Waco, Texas. Joanna wore a strapless white gown and a delicate tiara, looking every bit the radiant bride. After the ceremony, they drove off in a vintage car decorated with a Just Married sign, ready to start their next chapter together, starting with the Magnolia brand. About 5 years before Chip and Joanna Gaines became famous with Fixer Upper, they were struggling just to get by. The housing crisis hit them hard, and they often wondered if they'd make it through. Back then, they were far from the home renovation icons we know today, but they both felt that those tough times made them appreciate their success even more. Their journey started when they decided to renovate their own home, which gave them the confidence to jump into remodeling together. Chip was already flipping houses, though it was nothing like the big projects they would later take on. In 2003, they took a major step by opening a little retail shop called Magnolia Market, fondly known as the Little Shop on Bosque Boulevard. The name Magnolia was special to them. It reminded them of an early date when Chip climbed a magnolia tree to pick a flower for Joanna. That moment became a symbol of their love and the beginning of their journey together. Magnolia Market sold a mix of home decor items, housewares, and even clothing accessories. Customers often asked for Joanna's help with interior design, and the store did really well. But with 2 young kids at home, Chip and Joanna made the tough choice to close the shop in 2005 so they could focus on their family and their construction business, Magnolia Homes. Joanna's knack for design and Chip's construction skills made them the perfect team. They brought a unique farmhouse style to the market, which really helped their business take off. Their work started gaining attention, with the modern farmhouse look they created becoming increasingly popular. It wasn't long before their style influenced not just their clients, but others who wanted to bring that warm, rustic feel into their own homes. Without the demands of running a retail shop, they focused on house flipping full-time, quickly making a profit and expanding their business. Their journey from that little Magnolia Market shop to becoming a full-fledged empire is a story of hard work, passion, and finding success by staying true to their roots. Chip's rise to fame and fixer-upper. After spending a decade buying, renovating, and flipping houses, Chip and Joanna Gaines received a life-changing offer in 2013, a TV show deal from HGTV. Their impressive skills and portfolio had already drawn the attention of various professionals, so it wasn't long before HGTV producers took notice of their work and the natural chemistry between them. Unlike many TV personalities, Chip and Joanna didn't need to pitch their own show. Their unique farmhouse style and growing fan base did all the talking. Houses with their design touch were even selling at a premium, a testament to how well-loved their aesthetic was. By the time they were approached for the show, Chip and Joanna had already flipped over 100 homes in Waco, Texas. Their track record and effortless teamwork were impossible to ignore. So when HGTV producers reached out, they agreed, leading to the creation of Fixer Upper. Produced by High Noon Entertainment, the pilot aired in May 2013, and by April 2014, the first full season was captivating audiences. The show was a massive hit from the start, drawing nearly 2 million viewers and quickly becoming one of the top home improvement series on TV, catapulting the Gaineses to fame both in the US and around the world. What made Fixer Upper stand out was that Chip and Joanna didn't have to change a thing to fit into the TV world. They simply did what they loved best. Chip handled the construction work, bringing his skills and humor to the table, while Joanna brought her eye for design and calm presence. Chip's outgoing personality and his playful banter with Joanna quickly became hallmarks of the show, as did his willingness to jump into any project, often surprising viewers with his demolition antics. The show followed a familiar format. It began with a couple picking a home for Chip to work on, followed by the renovation process, complete with challenges and surprises along the way. Watching Chip and Joanna navigate these hurdles became a favorite part for fans, and the final reveal, where the dramatically transformed home was shown to the clients, amazed everyone. It was the perfect blend of hard work, creativity, and personality, and it turned the Gaineses into household names. Beyond renovations, Chip and Joanna's journey to prioritizing family. Chip and Joanna Gaines's projects on Fixer Upper were more than just renovations. They were transformative experiences that touched lives and won the hearts of viewers across America. The show's success was fueled by the couple's genuine love story, unique design aesthetic, and Chip's undeniable charm. Together, they built a powerful Magnolia brand that resonated deeply with fans. However, the Gaineses faced challenges behind the scenes that weren't visible to viewers. The demands of a busy filming schedule and constant renovation deadlines began to take a toll, creating stress in their lives and pulling them away from time with their growing family of 4 children. As family became their guiding priority, they often reminded themselves to focus on what truly mattered. In August 2017, rumors of marital struggles began to surface. Fueled by the intense scrutiny of fame, Chip responded to a fan's tweet directly, reassuring everyone that divorce would never happen to them, putting to rest fans' concerns. Yet the speculation resurfaced when the couple announced they were ending Fixer Upper after 5 successful seasons. Many fans feared this marked the beginning of a split, but they were soon met with joyful news. Joanna was pregnant with their 5th child. With the growing demands of parenthood and the desire to focus on family, Chip and Joanna decided it was time to step away from the show. In 2017, they made the choice to leave Fixer Upper, prioritizing their personal lives over television fame. Reflecting on this period, Chip and Joanna reaffirmed their commitment to each other and to their family, a decision that showcased their dedication to staying true to their values, even at the peak of their success. Chip Gaines's realization and the growth of Magnolia post-Fixer Upper. In his book No Pain, No Gains, Chip Gaines shared a pivotal moment that made him reassess his priorities. During a visit to a favorite flea market, their youngest son, Duke, wandered off. As Chip was about to go after him, he was swarmed by fans eager for photos and to chat about Joanna. One fan even pinched his cheek. This chaotic moment served as a wake-up call for Chip, making him realize how fame had overwhelmed his life and was starting to affect his ability to be a present father. Struggling to balance the demands of being a father and a celebrity, Chip described it as a disturbing realization that forced him to reconsider his priorities. The pressure of managing the show, various business ventures, and their public image had become overwhelming. Although they never explicitly stated the reasons for stepping back from the show, it was clear that Chip and Joanna needed to focus on their family and well-being. Some speculated that disagreements with producers might have played a role, but their decision to leave Fixer Upper was rooted in their desire to prioritize their personal lives. Despite stepping away from television, Chip and Joanna didn't slow down. Instead, they continued to grow their Magnolia brand into a full-fledged lifestyle empire. By the time Fixer Upper ended, Magnolia had expanded far beyond its original home decor focus. In 2016, the couple unveiled the Magnolia Silos in Waco, Texas, a sprawling complex that became a destination for fans. The site features its flagship store, new shops, restaurants, a bakery, and event spaces. It quickly became a pilgrimage site for those looking to experience the Magnolia brand firsthand. Building on this success, they also launched Magnolia Market at the Silos, an evolution of their original shop. This store offered a rotating selection of home goods curated by Joanna, reflecting the beauty of each changing season. Chip elaborated on this, saying that Joanna carefully curates the product assortment to match the colors, textures, and beauty of each time of year. This attention to detail helped turn Waco into a major tourist hotspot. In 2013, the city welcomed 564,000 visitors, but by 2019, that number had skyrocketed to over 2 million annually, with many drawn by the unique shopping experience that only Magnolia could offer. Magnolia's continued expansion and Chip Gaines's legal challenges. In the years following the success of Fixer Upper, Chip and Joanna Gaines expanded their Magnolia empire even further. In the same year, they introduced Magnolia Seed and Supply at the Silos, which offered a variety of gardening products catering to fans interested in home gardening. Their foray into the culinary world also took off with Magnolia Table, a restaurant serving locally sourced dishes that emphasized fresh, high-quality ingredients. Alongside it, Silo's Baking Co. offered a mouth-watering selection of baked goods such as cookies, cupcakes, and croissants, available both in-store and online. Their success continued with the launch of Magnolia Journal, a quarterly lifestyle magazine, and The Magnolia Story, a book detailing their journey from local renovators to national icons. In 2017, they partnered with Target to create Hearth & Hand with Magnolia, a home and lifestyle brand that made their signature design aesthetic available to a broader audience. In November 2019, the gains expanded again with the opening of Magnolia Press, a coffee shop in Waco, further solidifying their place in the community and the broader business landscape. Their authenticity and dedication to their vision not only built a thriving business empire, but also made them beloved figures in the world of home and lifestyle design. Chip even found time to co-author books with Joanna and explore acting, showcasing the creative spirit that fuels Magnolia. However, their rise to fame and fortune was not without controversy. Behind the success of Fixer Upper and the flourishing of their businesses, Chip found himself embroiled in several financial and legal scandals that affected his public image. While the couple had business partners and investors who helped build Magnolia before the spotlight, the fame that came with the show brought both opportunity and challenges. The controversy surrounding Chip's finances and business dealings altered the public perception of him, revealing the complexity behind the success story. Despite these hurdles, the Gaines' ability to overcome obstacles and stay true to their values helped maintain their standing as influential figures in the industry. Chip Gaines' business controversies and legal challenges. While Chip Gaines' rise to fame with Fixer Upper propelled the Magnolia brand into the spotlight, his relationships with his business partners became a point of contention. Initially, Chip's partnerships seemed balanced and collaborative. But when the opportunity to transition to television arose, Chip made a controversial move. He convinced his partners to sell their shares in the company to him for just $2,500 each. At the time, the partners didn't suspect anything unusual and agreed to the deal without hesitation. Once the HGTV deal was secured, Magnolia saw a massive promotion on Fixer Upper, resulting in a surge in product demand and profits. Chip's former partners, realizing they had been left out of this lucrative opportunity, became suspicious and accused him of orchestrating the buyout with the television deal in mind. Feeling wronged, they filed a lawsuit against Chip, accusing him of insider trading and demanding $1 million in compensation. In 2020, the court ruled in Chip's favor, stating that the partners had willingly sold their shares, thus clearing him of legal wrongdoing. However, the ethical questions surrounding Chip's actions remained, and many viewed his maneuver as opportunistic. This public perception tarnished his image, with critics labeling him as an opportunist rather than a savvy businessman. In an attempt to mitigate the negative press, Chip countersued for defamation, seeking to clear his name. The lawsuit led to an out-of-court settlement, though the details remained private. Despite this legal resolution, the damage to Chip's reputation was lasting. While he hadn't stolen from his partners, the manner in which he handled the situation left a shadow over his public image. In addition to the controversy surrounding his business practices, Chip and Joanna also faced regulatory scrutiny. In 2018, the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, launched an investigation into violations discovered during their home renovation projects. The EPA raised concerns that Chip might prioritize profits over the health and safety of his clients, a criticism that negatively impacted the image of Fixer Upper and their popular brand. This added yet another layer of complexity to their public persona, further challenging the couple's once untarnished reputation. Chip and Joanna Gaines' lead paint scandal and EPA settlement. A significant issue arose for Chip and Joanna Gaines in 2018 when the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, investigated their renovation practices due to concerns about the use of lead-based paints in homes featured on Fixer Upper. Lead paint, which is common in homes built before 1978, poses serious health risks, especially to young children. To mitigate these risks, the EPA established the Renovation, Repair, and Painting (RRP) rule under the Toxic Substances Control Act. This rule outlines specific procedures for handling lead paint during renovations, including the containment of dust, the use of certified renovators, and proper disposal methods. The EPA became aware of potential violations of these safety protocols after reviewing footage from several fixer-upper seasons. They identified 33 homes where the show allegedly did not adhere to the RRP guidelines. This raised concerns that the show might be promoting unsafe renovation techniques, which could encourage viewers to attempt DIY renovations without the proper safety measures in place. Following the investigation, Magnolia Homes, co-owned by Chip and Joanna, reached a settlement with the EPA. The company agreed to pay a $40,000 penalty for violating the RRP rule. In a bid to rebuild public trust, Magnolia Homes also pledged $16,000 to a lead paint abatement program in Waco, Texas. This initiative aimed to identify and address lead paint hazards in homes and facilities occupied by children. Additionally, Chip and Joanna dedicated an entire episode of Fixer Upper to educating the public about lead paint hazards and promoting safe renovation practices. To prevent future violations, Magnolia Homes implemented a comprehensive compliance management program. This included enhanced record-keeping and staff training to ensure all future renovations adhered to the EPA's regulations. Although this controversy was a setback, it did not derail Fixer Upper. Instead, it underscored the importance of safety and regulation in renovation-related media, emphasizing the need for reality TV shows to portray safe practices, especially when dealing with potentially hazardous materials. The Gaines' proactive approach to the issue, through fines, educational outreach, and program improvements, helped restore their public image and reinforced their commitment to responsible renovation practices, ensuring that they could continue inspiring and educating their audience. Chip Gaines' health struggles and advocacy for heart health. Success has often come with its own set of challenges for Chip Gaines, particularly when it comes to his health. Known for his relentless work ethic, Chip, alongside his wife Joanna, managed their growing Magnolia empire while raising 5 children. However, the demands of their thriving business and public life began to take a toll on Chip's well-being. In February 2019, Chip experienced a life-threatening health scare, a widowmaker heart attack. This type of heart attack, caused by a severe blockage in a major artery to the heart, is often fatal if not treated immediately. Fortunately, Chip underwent emergency surgery and made a full recovery, highlighting the critical importance of recognizing heart attack symptoms, such as chest pain, shortness of breath, and discomfort in the upper body, and seeking medical attention right away. His experience served as a wake-up call, prompting him to become an advocate for heart health and to raise awareness about the importance of taking care of one's well-being. Despite the scare, Chip and Joanna didn't slow down. They continued to lead Magnolia's expanding empire and raise their family. But in 2021, Chip once again found himself in the spotlight due to health concerns. This time, it was due to a photo he posted showing himself with a shaved head. The image sparked widespread concern among fans, many of whom feared he was battling cancer. Emotional messages flooded in, and rumors of his death spread. In response to the outpouring of concern, Chip clarified the situation. It turned out that the shaved head was part of a campaign for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, where both he and Joanna served as ambassadors. The gesture was a show of support for children battling cancer, with Chip donating his hair to be made into wigs for young patients who had lost their hair during treatment. Chip's health scares have not only raised awareness about heart disease but also brought attention to his compassion and commitment to charitable causes. While these incidents were undoubtedly challenging, they also reinforced his message to prioritize health and well-being, an essential lesson for both him and his fans. This revelation was a huge relief for Chip's fans and really showed how much he cares about helping others. The campaign not only raised awareness, but also brought in over $300,000 for children battling cancer. Just when fans thought Chip and Joanna Gaines were stepping away from the spotlight after their reality show ended, they surprised everyone with some big news. In 2019, the couple announced they had teamed up with Magnolia to launch a cable network and a streaming app. This was all part of the rebranding of the DIY network, which was renamed Magnolia Network. To kick things off, Chip and Joanna produced a 4-hour special called Magnolia Presents: A Look Back and a Look Ahead. They also became co-owners and chief creative officers of the network, working alongside Allison Page, the head of HGTV. The official launch of the network was originally set for October 2020, but the pandemic caused several delays. At first, there was hope for a 2021 release, but in the end, they decided to wait until January 2022. During this time, Chip and Joanna brought back their famous show, Fixer Upper, with a fresh twist, calling it Fixer Upper Welcome Home. The show premiered on their new streaming service, which gave fans early access to all the exciting content coming to Magnolia Network. The network didn't just bring back Fixer Upper, though. It introduced a bunch of new shows like Magnolia Table with Joanna Gaines, First Time Fixer, Homegrown, and Family Dinner. Magnolia Network finally launched as a cable channel in January 2022. The timing couldn't have been better. By then, the pandemic was slowing down, vaccines were widely available, and filming was becoming easier with fewer travel restrictions. Joanna admitted that getting back on screen was a bit tricky at first. "We were a little rusty," she said. "It was like, wait, where do we look? What do we do?" But we quickly got back into the swing of things, treating it like Fixer Upper 2.0. Both Chip and Joanna reflected on their journey, reminiscing that when they aired the final episode of the original Fixer Upper, they thought it was the end of that chapter in their lives. They never imagined they'd return to TV, let alone get so deeply involved in running a TV network and streaming app. After juggling so many projects, they had initially been eager for a break. Chip openly admitted that they were a bit naive about the challenge of rebuilding a cable network, especially during a pandemic. But, as with anything they do, they learn valuable lessons along the way. Despite the bumps, they remained hopeful about the future and their ability to make Magnolia Network a success. Their passion for quality content has certainly paid off, as the network has flourished, marking a new and exciting phase in their already impressive careers. Looking ahead, Chip and Joanna continue to put family first, despite their busy schedules. They're open about their faith and their commitment to raising their 5 children. Chip had a powerful moment of realization about the importance of family when he nearly lost his son in a crowd. The couple is also well known for their philanthropic work, particularly their support for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. With their talent, charisma, and unwavering dedication to family values, Chip and Joanna inspire millions around the world. As for the future, Chip's plate is already full. Between the success of their TV shows and the unstoppable growth of their Magnolia empire, there's no doubt that Chip and Joanna Gaines have a lot more exciting things ahead. With the Magnolia Network producing their content, Chip and Joanna have plenty of room to explore new avenues. This could mean diving deeper into passion projects, branching out into new design ventures, or even creating unscripted shows that focus more on their family life. The possibilities for the Magnolia brand are limitless. They could grow their retail presence, introduce exciting new product lines, or even explore franchise opportunities. With their combined net worth estimated at $50 million, the future certainly looks bright for this powerhouse couple. Today, Chip and Joanna Gaines are known for running one of the most successful shows on TV. But they're not stopping there. They may decide to explore mentorship, guiding others who are following in their footsteps. Chip's journey is far from over. Driven by his entrepreneurial spirit, creativity, and deep commitment to his family, Chip continues to forge ahead. Looking back on the 10 years since Fixer Upper first premiered, the couple shared how they never could have imagined where the journey would take them. A lot has changed, but their love for homes and home renovation remains at the core of everything they do. They feel truly honored to still be able to share the stories of homes across Waco. Their latest series is just one of many Fixer Upper spin-offs, following shows like Fixer Upper, The Castle in 2022, and more recently, Fixer Upper, The Hotel. Today, Chip Gaines is not only a beloved TV personality, but also a successful entrepreneur and a devoted family man, with Joanna by his side as they continue to grow their businesses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.